Hey everybody, Nick here, your host, and thank you for tuning in to Video Games and More Weekly News Episode 1. And on these weekly news, I basically will talk about what happened last week and fill you in on any news that you might have missed. And I know how everybody's schedules can be all busy and hectic, and you can only basically find out certain information about games unless of you are always on top of it, and that's why I'm here, to fill you in on games and information that you might have missed. Well, without further ado, let's get to it. On these gaming news, I like to put them in different categories by Nintendo, PlayStation, PC, Xbox, and Miscellaneous. But for this episode, I grouped in PlayStation, Xbox, and Windows for some of the things I will be mentioning. Well, let's get to it. So on Nintendo, a modder on YouTube that goes by the name Corbond57, Corbond 57, he added Sonic in Mario Kart 8, and he looks like Sonic, he races like Sonic, but he sounds like Metal Mario, which is because he is Metal Mario. The modder just put a skin on Metal Mario, and I really like that. Maybe they'll do a crossover or add Sonic in as DLC or something, I don't know, but it's not like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. And yesterday, there's a modder that came out that put Olimar from Pikmin in, and it was actually pretty interesting. I don't remember what his name was, but you can always just Google search it, and I think that's pretty cool. So, on the handheld for Nintendo, the Nintendo 2DS XL, it was talked about a week or so ago, and it may be old news by now, but I just want to say that I'm happy that the 2DS XL is coming out. I had the original 3DS, got it day one edition, the ambassador program, but I really like how the 2DS XL looks. It reminds me of the clamshell design from the very first Nintendo DS, and I'm really excited about that. And it's a lot cheaper than the 3DS XL, and I don't really use 3D, so why not get it on 2D, you know? So, also on the DS, for Pokemon games, an event has begun, and this event gives you Mega Stone for Mega Steelix and Mega Pidgeot, and Mega Heracross and Mega Houndoom. You can type in the code AZUL, AZUL, and right now there's no end date, so get it while you can, and you can check out more information on SayerB.net. So moving on to the Switch, we have a few games that were released last week. Minecraft is a big name game. It starts at $30, and it actually has the Mario skin pack in it, so it could be Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Toad, etc. And they also have a lot of DLC, $39 worth of DLC. So if you want to get Minecraft and all the DLC, you're looking at almost $70, which, I mean, yeah, that's a lot, but if you enjoy Minecraft on the go, at home, heck, why not? And another game came out called Dark Witch Music Episode Rudimical. I think I'm saying that right. It's a 1 to 2 player rhythm game, hack and slash, and you have to press the buttons at the right time to do damage, or when the music happens. That's $8. NBA Playgrounds, basketball on the Switch. I know that came out years ago. I believe it also came out on the Sega Genesis as well, but it's nice to see that's coming out on the Switch, and I believe that is $20. Tumble Seed, it's an indie game where you have to move the line left and right. Kind of reminds me of Breakout, but you don't have to hit enemies, you have to dodge holes and defeat cryptic creatures in this dual stick action adventure game, and that's $15. 2 new Neo Geo games came out, Blazing Star, which is a side-scroller shooter, and Garou Mark of the Wolves. It says it's a sequel to Fatal Fury. So if you enjoy Fatal Fury, why not pick up Garou, Mark of the Wolves, and both of those games are $8 on the Switch. So moving on to PlayStation, last week, so these deals aren't going right now, so I apologize, but last week PlayStation had a flash sale on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and the Vita, and there was games such as the Order 1886, which in my opinion, that's a really good game. It was $4, and I rented it from Redbox, rented it for 2 days, and got the Platinum Trophy. I mean, it's a great game if you want trophies. It's a great story too, and I wish it was a lot longer, or they put out DLC. It's just like a hidden gem for PlayStation 4, and if you find it cheap like that, pick it up. So another game is God of War 3 Remastered, and Twisted Metal series were actually on sale too, so that was pretty cool. Crash Bandicoot, we all know, Crash, whatever, and we know that the remaster game is coming out June 30th, but there was a trailer how Crash was riding the polar bear. It was only like 10 seconds long, but still gives us an insight of how Crash Bandicoot Remastered is going to look. So I'm excited for that. And Uncharted 4 has been out for 1 year already. Can you believe that? I am a big Uncharted fan, and I remember picking it up on release day and playing it and enjoying every second of it. Uncharted 4 was probably the best Uncharted game. I know 2 and 3 were amazing, but I think 4, in my opinion, was the best. It wrapped up everything. Talked about Sam, Nathan Drake's brother, and it was such a great story, and the graphics were amazing too. So we're moving on to PC now. There was an image that was going around the internet, and people were thinking it was Red Dead Redemption 2, but this team came out with this game. They said no, it's not Red Dead 2, it's actually this game called Wild West MMO. So it's a massive multiplayer online, kind of like, World of Warcraft, but it's a Wild West game. And they have a Kickstarter out right now to help the funding of it, and it says that it's going to be a lot like Red Dead. There's a crafting system that relies on finding and learning recipes. You can commit crimes in town and earn wanted stars, so it's like GTA, and you can be targets for player deputies or bounty hunters. And there's a gang system too, so I'm thinking it's going to be like GTA Online plus Red Dead Redemption, which is pretty cool. And there's more ways to break the law than just murder. It says thieving will be a part of the bandit's lifestyle, and Wild West Online also has a vision for bank heists and simply be able to steal from other players' campsites and town shops. It says if you do this too often, you may be actually exiled from the town, and you have to make use of the bandit hideouts, which is pretty cool. I mean, I wonder what Wild West MMO is gonna do. We'll just have to keep an eye out for that. And also on PC, this ends May 25th, so it's still going on right now. That Humble Bundle, if you go over there right now, they're having a huge spring sale. So Humble Bundle, if you don't know, they sell a lot of games, and right now they're selling a lot of games for cheap. And every like 10 days or so, they always sell like a Humble Bundle, and it's usually a package of like 3 to 4 games for $1, and then they have multiple tiers. So the next tier is like 4 more games for like $8, and then on top of that, it's like 4 or 5 more games for like $15. It just varies whatever the bundle is. So make sure you check that out. So now we're at the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows category. So the Friday the 13th game comes out May 26th, and that's about 10 or so days away. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it's just like watching Friday the 13th movie with Jason Voorhees, Camp Crystal Lake, and you get to terrorize the campers. And I think it's online or multiplayer. I'm not 100% sure, but from what the trailers do show, it looks like it's going to be really, really fun. So, Madden NFL 18 was announced, and the cover is Tom Brady, who is a Patriots player. And last year it was Rob Gronkowski, who is also Patriots. Which, it's interesting because Madden never really has back-to-back players on the same team. So I wonder if it's because they won a Super Bowl or what, or they're trying to curse Tom Brady. You know how there's like that curse associated with whoever's on the cover of video game sports titles. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out, I guess. So everybody knows the game Payday 2, and Payday 2, the developers actually announced that if you have the game right now, a VR, virtual reality mode, will be available to Payday 2 players sometime this year. And you'll need the PlayStation 5 to use the VR. But the interesting thing is that you can actually play with other people that don't have the Vive, so it'll be cross-play. And there also, Payday 2 is getting an Ultimate Edition, so if you don't have it, now is a perfect time to pick it up. The Ultimate Edition, which includes every piece of DLC in a single collection, and it's available for $45 with the base game. And that's even cheaper than most games nowadays. And it includes over 55 heists, 18 playable characters, 77 primary weapons, 51 secondary weapons, and 82 melee weapons. That's a lot for a $45 game in my opinion. And it's a pretty good game, especially if you have the VR, the PlayStation 5. So if you don't have it and are skeptical, now's the time to pick it up, in my opinion. So, at the time of writing this, Injustice 2 was coming out, but it actually was released last night. So, I would actually like to know what you think about Injustice 2. And it's already out on mobile, so if you don't have it physically on PlayStation or PC or Xbox, you could just get on mobile, but be warned, it's not the full game that it is on the consoles. And they have a lot of characters confirmed already, even some DLC like Sub-Zero. And I'm curious what kind of characters you think are going to be in Injustice 2 besides the ones that are already announced. The makers of the horror game Alan Wake, everybody remembers that, right? Came out 7 years ago, almost to the day, May 14th, 2010. And the makers of Alan Wake, like I was saying, they pulled the game from Steam and Xbox Live yesterday, May 15th, because of licensing issues to music. Because they had songs from David Bowie and Depeche Mode, which that costs money every year to license it, and I guess they thought a 7-year licensing fee would suffice. So, I mean, if you don't own Alan Wake, sorry. It's too late now. Unless if you could buy it from somebody. And Prey was released. And I know there's a demo on the PlayStation 4. I'm not sure about Xbox or PC. But there have been reports that people have been beating it in less than 20 minutes. I know, that's crazy. So you could just go up to Redbox, because I know it's at Redbox, and just go rent it for a day, beat it in 20 minutes, and go return it in an hour. I mean, if you're up to that. I'm not saying do that, because I hear it's a really good game, but I would enjoy it. It's pretty interesting. So we're moving on to our last topic, Miscellaneous. So for at your local Walmart is the Game Center magazine, which if you don't know, every month Walmart offers a video game magazine for free. And included is Injustice 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, and Prey articles. They talk about them. And also is an Injustice poster with one of 3 heroes, Supergirl, Superman, and Batman. And on the other side is Mr. Orange Lantern himself. So that's pretty cool. Free Injustice 2 poster for Injustice 2 whenever you pick it up. Also, Yokai Watch toys and medallions have been spotted at Dollar Trees and Kroger's. So if you are in the area and go see those stores, go in and check it out and check out Yokai Watch. Free, well not free, but discounted toys for a great series. Why not? I mean, I picked up a Robot Young myself. And Blizzard actually announced last week, that this year's Hearthstone Spring Playoffs will be at select Buffalo Wild Wings locations. Yeah, I don't know why. It's not a great game to play at Buffalo Wild Wings, in my opinion. I mean, you need to be focused. Buffalo Wild Wings is, loud, obnoxious with all the sports stuff and people, talking and dishes clanging, and it's not great. It's not like a library or like a quieter setting, so I don't think that's a good idea, but whatever, it's Blizzard, so they always do things a little bit different. And we're moving next to a Street Fighter character, so Chun-Li. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Pop Culture Shock collectibles, but they release some collectibles from video games, and they released a $900 figure. It's a 1/3 scale model of Chun-Li, and you get 3 sets, or you can order 3 sets: the Alpha, Battle, and Classic Chun-Li. And in my opinion, Chun-Li is my favorite Street Fighter character, but I don't think I'd be spending $900 on that. That's just crazy. Ugh. I can't imagine, but some people will. So Twitch, they are hosting a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood Marathon for 18 days straight, starting yesterday. All 886 episodes will be streamed live at twitch.tv/Mr. Rogers. And the marathon will feature episodes that only aired once and aren't available online anywhere else, with additional mini marathons to follow. Twitch will also be running a fundraising campaign during the marathon to help support local PBS stations. Last year, Twitch actually did a live stream, well, not live stream, but they showed episodes of Bob Ross painting. So it's interesting that they're doing Mr. Rogers Neighborhood this year. But yeah, go watch Mr. Rogers, go support local PBS stations, and have fun reliving your childhood again. So the Sims game, the original Sims game, is actually coming to mobile as announced, but no release date yet. But you could customize Sims, create their homes, but you could also follow Sim families for generations and unlock heirlooms just like Sims 3 and 4. So it kind of has different aspects from all the Sims in one on the go. So it's pretty cool. I think it'll probably be like $4 or $5, but if it's free, that'd be awesome. It'll probably be like DLC or something, I don't know. But I plan on picking it up if it's free. And last but not least, this month, May of 2017, marked the 12th anniversary to Leroy Jenkins. Yep, 12 years we've been hearing his name. In 12 years, I bet you that clan, those people that met up to fight are still pissed. I don't know. It's hilarious, yes, but at that time it probably wasn't hilarious. But at least he's now a meme, I guess you could say, throughout the video game community. So, yeah, that's all the news I have for you guys today. Thank you for listening to Video Games and More Weekly News, and stay tuned for next week, where I talk about news that's coming up this week, if that makes any sense. Well, make sure you check out our social media and the links below. And until next time, I'll see you later. Thank you, and happy gaming.